Lumos. Hello friends, welcome back to Shell Cottage Radio. I'm your host and secret keeper, Ezra, aka Bill, also known as Sir Ezra, the Watchful History of Magic Professor, the Flannel Wizard. Obviously, yours truly, Moa. Please welcome your lovely design witch, the fascination of this year, Triwizard Champion herself, and my wonderful co-host and yours, Lottie, aka Fleur.
Hallo und einen wunderschönen guten Tag. It's so good to have you back in our beautiful little cottage on the outskirts of Tinworth. Kommt rein und macht's euch gemütlich. Welcome to episode 112, in which we discuss Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This week, we'll talk about Chapter 29, The Dream. We'll give you a quick life update with our homemade cottage ketchup, feed our brains with important trivia knowledge, and then dive head on into our chapter summary audio experience. Okay, so we had some fun this morning setting up. We're in a great mood.
Okay.
No, honestly, let's take a second
and
just appreciate this garage, this studio, and just appreciate that it's not perfect yet, and there's still stuff to do, right?
Yep.
But we're still here, we're still recording, and it's a project that's in process and ever evolving, and you get to be part of it, and we get to be part of it, and it's okay. It's all good.
It's all good. It is all good. It is relatively set up. The chairs are here, everything. We had to put some more lights in here because it's dingy and dark. It's clean. It's bug-free.
Yeah.
I got all the bugs out of here.
Thank you so much.
Literally killed 2 of them before you walked out. And I was like, thank God, got those bad boys. But then the other thing is I'm freshly painted, working on the floors.
Yeah, Bill over here put his heart and sweat and so much work into it. And it's amazing, actually.
Well,
so
thank you.
Don't forget.
I would say like the shop behind Lottie right now is not perfect. I'm actually, as we sit here thinking about moving that whole set of tools down to the other side. Like I'm thinking about, or maybe over here in the far corner.
Okay.
Of the second garage door, and just getting that shot cleaned up and making it look kind of cool. I think it'd be kind of neat, actually. So right now it's just like you can see the level over there. You can see how unlevel the shot is if you look at the level in behind Lottie. Well, it's hilarious.
That's okay. Since I've known my wonderful husband, it's been a thing of his. Every couple months or so, he just wants to change things. Like we had a little small apartment. There was only 2 rooms in that apartment, and I don't know. We've lived there for 3 years, probably. Yeah, and yeah. I really like. You probably changed it. Both rooms, you wanted to change it more than I did. And I feel like often people would say, well, women often get that itch to have something fresh and new. But in our family, it's you who needs that every other month or so.
Now, do I need it? No. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to perfect the space.
I know.
That's what I'm trying to do.
And sometimes you need a fresh eye and a fresh, just like feel of the space. So.
Yeah, it's really just like, especially when we were at the apartment, it was all about like, we had very small spaces.
Yeah.
And so it was like all about cable management, trying to make sure that we were good there. And we didn't burn the place down. I was thinking the other day. Remember when I went live and I was trying to like do Hogwarts Legacy, and all of a sudden
started smoking? Yeah.
I think like 2 people saw it. I think one was Angelina, and she was like, "Whoa!" Literally, actual sparks started shooting out.
I know.
Of the fire of the what was that? The electrical heater down there.
Oh, it was
somehow
awful. It was
an
scary.
Extension cord had flopped up in it. Like flopped up in it. It was like we're sitting there and I'm like, all right, this is awesome. I finally got it working. I'm sitting there and all of a sudden just like bzz, 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 and I was like, gee. It was like when the microwave blew up and I was like, oh my God.
That was great. I mean, people underestimate how many cables you need to have a video element to the podcast. To just do a podcast, I mean, you've done it for years and you still need to have professional microphones and stuff. You still need a lot of cables and stuff. But the video element is another level. So all props to you. You're doing amazing. And I know it's hard. I know it's nerve-wracking every time. So,
but let me say to friends, it will, because right now you can barely see Lottie's face because her microphone is like kind of
It's in the way.
In her face because the angles.
Maybe like that?
That's better. That's perfect. Now we can see you.
Go.
You're wonderful.
Hopefully you can hear me too.
Oh yeah, you're great. You're actually
Okay.
perfect.
Okay.
Your audio is great.
Okay.
But so I in the future, what I want to do is actually want to take these cameras and build so only Lottie can really see this, but just so you guys, maybe I'll show you some behind the scenes fun stuff. Building out like a little ledge, like out from this sort of like wooden workbench.
Yeah.
Or like arms, like these arms that will come out and have the camera right here. So that way I can just literally swing them out and they're like perfectly positioned every single time.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm going to get you like a low, like right now your arm, like this is this is all behind the scenes stuff, guys. So hopefully you enjoy it. But it's like her arm for her, the mic for the...
Yeah, not my real arm.
Yeah, the microphone arm is like so big, it's overarching. It's like coming down into her... Like, there's her arm. Yeah, I'll flex it.
Sorry, I'm flexing.
Right. But anyways, we're going to change that. And I had to drill a hole into that workbench.
Oh, I see that.
Just to get that in there. Yeah. So,
I didn't even realize that.
Because on the one side, like it doesn't have a ledge or like an edge that I can actually like clip on a clamp.
I see that.
So anyway, just different things.
Wow.
And we did this, by the way, we were recording inside. That was back when Luke could sleep really well. And he was a little baby and it just zonked out.
Now he's a big baby.
Now he's a big baby and he hears more things and he's very interested in what mom and dad are doing.
He's not a good sleeper at the moment. So it's the 8 months period. So if you're a parent, I don't know, you might be able to relate. It's everything's just so interesting and they don't want to sleep. They just want to be awake and see everything and experience everything, and they get FOMO if they fall asleep.
Major FOMO. So here we are, though, in the cottage. What's going on with you? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so much in the holiday spirit already. We've had our Christmas tree up 2 weeks ago. We put it up, right? I was just so excited because I knew I'm leaving for Germany mid-December. So I wanted to experience the whole month of December here. So I had to start 2 weeks early. And it's not even Thanksgiving yet, but... Yeah, I love that Christmas tree that your dad got us. It's almost ceiling high and beautiful. We didn't even put the ornaments on yet, but it's don't even need so gorgeous. Christmas trees just are, I don't know, they just make the place magical. And then you just put on a little bit of Harry Potter and boom, you're just, pure magic. I love it. Yeah. And I'm so excited for Thanksgiving next week and just enjoying December as much as I can with you guys. We're going to have our early Christmas as a family here before I leave. And then I'm taking Luki over there again to see his Oma and his Oma and all his family in Germany. Yeah, so
and Dad is going to be sad.
I know. I'm already sad thinking about it. So it's not easy to be apart for sure. But it's crazy because flights have skyrocketed, especially for the Christmas season.
Yeah.
You know, all those people who want to go over to Europe for the Christmas season, I get it. But we poor families like us who have to go, we can't, if we wait too long, we just waited too long and the flights were just
too much
crazy. We decided we better go back as a family in summer and actually have time to go because we're so restricted. Ezra's so restricted by the school calendar, by the school holidays. So he has to be back. He can't leave until right before Christmas and then be back. I don't know when you start back up, but right after New Year's. So it's always a short window and stressful. So we decided summer might be the time where we could just go for a longer time and just enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to that. We want to go back to Scotland very soon
for
as
sure.
Well. So I think we're gonna have to once you get back from Christmas, I think we're gonna plan a little June trip maybe or something and look into that. And speaking of Scotland, I actually found, or if anybody has a good recipe for Scottish breakfast or English breakfast and some things that we could, homemade, we could make ourselves or even if we have to order it from somewhere, like certain elements of it. For example, I know haggis for the Scottish breakfast is not something you can really get in America, but I believe Canada just got something approved and you can actually get
big
haggis.
News, guys. This is life-changing.
This is big news.
You could get a haggis from Canada now.
I mean, here at Shell Cottage, we've been waiting for, this is huge. If we can get haggis here, that would be amazing.
Breaking news.
So haggis, we'll get some sausages, get some beans, some blood pudding, different things. Like I think that would be
a tin of tomatoes.
Yes. I want to start having like a Scottish English breakfast before we record.
That'd be amazing.
Just to kind of make, like, because we're all about the cozy vibes and the elements, and just having some video of that maybe, or just, I don't know, like, not that you guys want to hear me eating, just gobbling
some
down.
ASMR.
Yeah.
If you are listening to this and you are British or Scottish and you have like a authentic family recipe, please send it our way. Please send us an L.
Please. We would love you
That'd
forever.
That'd be amazing. But yeah. Anything else for cottage ketchup on your side?
Let me think here. Well, yeah, we're getting ready to go into Thanksgiving break, which would be good. We are updating all of the video versions over on Spotify.
Oh yeah, you've been working hard.
If you listen over on Apple, that's awesome. If you have Spotify Premium, or you could listen on both, and you wouldn't mind going over to Spotify and just checking it out. Check out the video version. Leave a comment. We're going to start publishing comments over there, publishing polls. It just has so many features that feels more like a YouTube.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, this is really cool. So we're updating that. And by uploading the MP4s, we actually get more views. So hence the whole reason we're doing the video version of the podcast. Otherwise, we'd just be like doing audio. We did that for quite some time. But the video version gives us a YouTube. It gives us a Spotify. So if you get a chance to go over and leave a 5-star review on Spotify, that'd be huge. Appreciate you guys. And also shout out to anybody at Olin Tangi. This is just seriously, I found out people are listening to me.
Olin Tangi folks.
In the district, and I was like, okay, shout out, hit me up, like send me an email. My gosh.
I was gonna say go Braves, but not everyone is
your
school. So
there's 4 high schools.
They have all their own mascots. Go Bruins for the Berlin Middle School, my old school.
Actually, yeah, a lot of you used to work at the middle school, didn't you? But anyway, shout out to you guys. I was talking to somebody in the hallway, and he was just like, he's like, my wife's friend listens to your podcast. And then I met someone else in the school who was like, do you do a Harry Potter podcast? And I was like, let's go. People finding out about this. We want to talk. You want to talk some Potter? Let's do it.
Oh, I know. So, don't some of them have like a Friday night? What is it called? Dungeons and
Dragons. It's huge in my district. Yes.
Love it.
We have.
Man, if it wasn't that far away, I would love to do that.
Oh, I know. I would love just to go sit in and be a character. It'd be phenomenal. I could never be a DM. I don't have the time for it. I tried once, and it was tough. Yeah. So, but no, I think that's pretty much it for Cottage Ketchup. We're doing good. We're just trying to make it through. We're actually doing great though. Yeah. I love hanging out with Luke when I come home from school, and he's just learning so much.
He is. I mean, you can now say I see it day by day. He's learning new things, and it's the coolest thing to watch. Yeah.
So, okay. As far as Potter news, I'm not so sure that there is any, other than we mentioned last week. Last time we talked about the books, we found out that they are actually coming out the audio dramas, if you will, they're coming out every other month.
Yeah, I think December 16th is when Chamber comes out. Yeah. So super excited for that. I will be listening in Germany for sure.
Yeah, I think it's going to add to the Christmas vibes.
Yes, so 100%. I actually love Chamber. It has a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
It's I think a very what do you call it? Underestimated. Mm-hmm. Yeah, book. So.
Yeah, agreed. So that's some news that's out there. Obviously, the show, there's different little leaked images and different things. We're not going to spoil anything necessarily, although we did last time with the Nicholas Flamel stuff. But it's out there. There's some cool things. Also, Tom Felton has been in The Cursed Child recently, and he's doing a great job. Yeah. I think there was a show-stopping moment when he first stepped out. Yeah. And the cast kind of like allowed him to have a moment. He got teary-eyed and just really, really enjoyed the moment of being back as Draco.
And I think Jason Isaac was guest there, right?
Yes,
that was so
Yeah.
cool. So the guy who played Lucius Malfoy in the movies, and they still play up this whole like, oh, he's my dad came to watch me. It's so cool. I think it's fun that they still play these roles and just appreciate that time together. I think they still talk like texting or close, or that's so cool that they got to know each other there, and just for a few scenes, really. If you think about how many scenes were with Draco and Lucius, not that many, but still they just play it up. Yeah, so it's cool.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right, so there's probably other news. We don't do deep dives in the news, but I just wanted to kind of talk about a few things that have been floating around. And obviously, as we get closer to the TV series, when more things drop, we will be talking about it. We are super excited for it, and we are going to cover it. We're going to do live watch parties. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
I literally cannot wait. So, okay, with that, anything else?
I think we're ready for some trivia.
Trivia training. Let's go.
Score is Fleur up 30, Bill 28.5. Let's see if we can change any of that today. I got a question for you right here already.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. So, where did the Dumbledore family live when Albus was just a boy?
When he was just a boy?
Yeah, where did they live?
Godric's Hollow. No, that's where they moved later on. When he was just a boy?
When he was a boy, yeah.
Godric's Hollow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, this is a trick question.
No, it's Godric's Hollow. Of course, yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Good job.
All right, here we go. I got one for you. Which old school friend published an obituary about Dumbledore?
Of course.
Of course.
His name.
Mm-hmm. His name is...
Why do I want to say Alpheus Dodge? But Alpheus Dodge. No, that was not him. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
You know, stuff you should know.
No, it's funny because like getting back into the books, like there's so many different things that are. I mean, it's in the movie. It's in the movie. Well, I just gave it away.
You did?
Kind of. Yeah.
Wait, what was his name?
Yeah, I can't.
Wrote that. Something was a D or B D. Because yeah.
I know everyone thinks I'm being cruel right now, and I should just give you a point. But,
no, for saying D?
No. Well, I'll tell you why in a second.
Oh, okay. No, I can't think of it right now. I'm blanking.
Okay. So, didn't get it right. Missed it. And by the way, you did. People are gonna say I should have given you a point. You said it. You just said no. It's not that. Alpheus Doge.
So it was him. Why do I think it's not him? I think because didn't he show up to Harry's rescue in the next book in the Order of the Phoenix when they? I'm pretty sure he was lined up there as one of the
Deagle.
Order members.
Daedalus Deagle?
No. It was also. Let's see. I want to. Because that's why I thought, oh, this name is in my head right now because we just listened to Order of the Phoenix, that chapter when they rescue Harry from the Dursleys.
Yeah.
Who was there when? Because in the movie we don't see as many people. We just, they focused on Tonks and introducing her, and Lupin and Moody. So who was there with? Let's see, Advance Guard they call it. So who was all there? Yeah, Alpheus Doge.
Alpheus Doge was there.
Emmeline Vance, Alpheus Doge, Daedalus Diggle, Sturgis Podmore, and Hestia Jones. There you go. And then, of course, Moody and Kingsley and Tonks and Lupin.
Nice.
That would have been a great question. Name the advance guard?
Yeah, the members of the advance guard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
Wow, that would have been a hard question. Okay. But that's okay. No, I didn't say, so you almost strayed from your answer, but you came back to it. So Godric's Hollow, you got a point and I didn't. So now it's 29.5 for Bill and 30 for Fleur.
Okay, you want to do one more?
Right now? Okay.
Yeah, one more question.
Okay, I gotta find one.
You want to go first? Or you want to go?
You can go.
Okay, what charm does Hermione put on her bag so she can store so much in there when they're on the run?
Dang, I don't remember.
Don't remember?
And
you just think about it logically.
I mean, yeah, the engorgement charm, or what? I don't know. Make more room. Boom.
Yeah. Make more room. Boom. That's what it is. Ding, ding, ding. No, I'm kidding. It's an undetectable extension charm.
Wow, it's important that it's undetectable, huh?
Undetectable. It's undetectable extension charm.
It's your extension cord.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, I got one for you now.
Oh, okay.
What is Yaxley's title when the Death Eaters take over the Ministry of Magic? Who's Yaxley?
Who's Yaxley? Oh my gosh. Isn't he the head of law enforcement?
Oh, wow. Dang. You deserve to be in the lead now. Don't underestimate this flannel wizard, guys.
Some people think I don't know Potter. They really do.
He is the head of the Department of Magical Law Enforcement.
I will never forget. I will never forget when I was on Swish and Flick and we were talking about Slughorn. I just love to rub this in a little bit. We started like the first book where they're on the podcast. I think you can still find it. I could be wrong. I don't know if this was like, maybe it was cut. Maybe it was like an off the show kind of conversation. But we're talking about like Slughorn or just like who was dueling Voldemort and stuff like that.
As favorite character.
And I remember I brought up, I was like, dude, freaking Slughorn dueled him. And they're like, what? I was like, he dueled Voldemort. And like, it took people a second. Yep. They're going to hate me if they ever hear this. They're like, Ez, what are you trying to say? You trying to steal? No, I thought it was so funny because like, it shows
That's why we see him in the movie.
You don't.
Taking a sip from some sort of potion that he takes.
Yep. He takes liquid luck. Mm-hmm. And, but anyways, it's the only reason I bring it up is because like a lot of us, this series is thicker than you think.
Oh, it is. So many details they're so fun to just, look at all of them and discover them while you do your second, third, fourth reread. Right. Because I read the chapters multiple times before we talk about them.
Oh, same. I do too. And there's a lot of things.
There's always more.
There's always, like in this chapter, we're talking about an eagle owl. I'm like,
we're going to talk about that. That's what I was going to talk about.
Yeah, the eagle owl. I know.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that in a second.
Did you see my notes on that?
No, I didn't see your notes at all. I have a thought on it as well.
People are like, what eagle owl? Huh?
Yeah, exactly. And
right?
so it's like,
that's what I would have said if I didn't read it that many times.
And then the vision itself, knowing that there's different, like there's something interesting about this vision.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even knowing the characters that are not in the films at all, like that's fascinating,
mm-hmm.
right? So you have characters that are in the books that are not in the films.
Yeah.
And I hopefully we're going to see more of those characters in the TV show.
Yeah.
But I do think it's a thick series, and I've read it numerous times. And I still go, wait, what happened?
Yeah.
And then there's also things like we naturally develop. I see this in a lot of my comments on short videos where people are like, they've either read a lot of Reddit posts or they've seen some theory videos and they just think they have an understanding of something.
Yeah.
But they actually have not read, or shouldn't say it that way because a lot of people say, you never read the series.
Right.
Tell them blah, blah, blah. They get on me all the time because I try to question things or look for loopholes and have fun with it. But there was a situation where in my Nagini theory videos where people are like, like Nagini, like, haven't you read the books? In the books, it clearly says that the first time he met Nagini was in the Albanian forest. And I was like, bro.
Where does it say that?
Show me.
Right.
Show me in the books where it's really distinguishing.
Guys, if you say that in the comments, like, we want textual evidence.
Does the book say that Nagini was once a woman? No. So, like, it's fun to theorize, and I just think it's kind of funny that we get that there's a lot of things with magic, loopholes that you can look into. She wrote this very fast, but it's very well written, right? It's very well. I
don't remember how fast she wrote it because
she was writing this when the movies were coming out. So as the movies were released, she was not done.
She was just like George
R.R. Martin, except for she did what he couldn't do.
So she was on a timer with the movies, right?
She finished her series.
Yeah.
Right? Because they can't make the final movie unless she has the final book done.
Right.
So I think I've often wondered, did she rush? I mean, she talks about like decisions she was thinking about making with Ron and Hermione, and then how many people that she killed off there at the end. Did she really mean to do that? Should she have done that? Was she rushing? Yeah, not that she was rushing, but like she had a vision. She knew the end of the story, obviously, when she started. So she was writing with the end in mind. All along, which is fantastic. She's a fantastic writer.
Oh yeah, there's little decisions you can make where the end will be the same, but there's just small little details that are different, like who's gonna end up with who, and eagle owls or snowy owls.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, hey, so here we go, friends. Let's dive into the chapter summary. Chapter 29, The Dream. Before the sun is even fully risen, the trio is already on their way up to the Owlry to inform Sirius of last night's events with Victor Crumb and Mr. Crouch. The three are in the midst of discussing different theories on what exactly could have happened to Crouch, and what the meaning of his utterances about Voldemort getting stronger could be. when they suddenly hear other voices. They didn't expect to run into anyone up here this early in the morning. It turns out to be Fred and George Weasley arguing about blackmailing someone. Now, the twins didn't expect to see anyone either, and they're shocked to see Harry, Ron, and Hermione standing in the Owlery. Ron is concerned about the blackmailing part, but of course his brothers deny the whole thing, with a grin and suggestion that no one should question one another, as it seems like they all have some secrets to keep. To which they are right, of course. After they leave, Hermione starts to wonder if they know anything about Crouch, but Harry doubts they would be getting into anything that serious without telling Dumbledore. Ron isn't so sure, however. He has noticed they've been behaving in strange ways lately, trying to make some money to kickstart their joke shop business. But still, he can't quite believe that they would actually go through with blackmailing someone. The trio suffer through their morning classes that day. They're dog-tired from last night. Even Hermione doesn't feel like taking notes. During their break, they hurry over to the Defense Against the Dark Arts room to briefly interrogate Moody about last night. He admits that he didn't catch Barty Crouch Sr. or anyone else. According to Moody, he was nowhere to be found on the Marauders map, and now it's up to the Ministry officials to find him. He advises Harry to stay out of the Crouch incident and instead focus on the third task. Hermione and Ron should help him prepare as best they can. The next morning, Hermione is surprised to see that Rita hasn't already published another headline about Crouch in the Daily Prophet. Meanwhile, Harry receives an answer from Sirius. His godfather sounds quite stern and worried when he writes that it was a mistake to have gone wandering the grounds in the dark alone with Victor Crumb. Sirius wants Harry's word that he won't stray off like that again, and just like Moody, he suggests that Ron and Hermione help Harry practice more advanced defensive spells and hexes. Harry is taken aback that Sirius, who once went around breaking school rules on a regular basis, must be the one to tell him off. But Hermione agrees someone is definitely out there trying to harm Harry, and he needs to be more cautious. Harry is confused as to why no one had been trying to attack him right then and there if they had all the chances. But he does take the advice seriously and spends his free time practicing spells and hexes in order to get ready for the third task. His main focus is to learn the stunning spell Stupefy, which ends up taking quite the toll on Ron and Hermione, as they're the only people he can practice on. On Monday afternoon, after they sacrificed yet another lunch break for Harry to train the stunning spell, Harry and Ron head up to the divination tower while Hermione sets off for her arithmancy class. The two boys climb up the ladder through the trapdoor to Trelawney's classroom, which as always is extremely hot and stuffy from the perfumey fire. They make themselves comfortable in the armchairs, and Professor Trelawney dims the lights to start her lecture about Mars. Harry can't help it, and he begins to zone out until his eyes just fall shut. Suddenly, he pulls into a terrifying vivid dream, or is it a vision? He flies on the back of a giant eagle right into a dark room of an old house. There he watches Lord Voldemort reprimanding Wormtail, who has clearly made some kind of huge mistake. In a fit of rage and disappointment, Voldemort uses the Cruciatus Curse on Wormtail. At that very moment, Harry is pulled out of his trance by the unbearable sharp pain in his scar, and he wakes up screaming right in the middle of class. Embarrassed and shaken, Harry quickly leaves the classroom and heads straight for Dumbledore's office. And to his surprise, he's able to guess the right password for Dumbledore's office: Cockroach Cluster. He knew it had to have something to do with Dumbledore's weakness for sweets. As he gets near the office door, he hears voices arguing inside. He overhears Cornelius Fudge talking to Dumbledore and Moody. Fudge is completely unwilling to accept the truth. Crouch is missing, Bertha Jorkins is also still missing, and everything points to the fact that dark powers are rising again. Fudge is so desperate and prejudiced to avoid admitting this danger that he even tries to accuse innocent Madame Maxine. Moody then cuts the discussion short, mentioning that his magical eye has spotted Harry Potter waiting outside the door.
Okay, so before we fully get into this chapter, I want to point out what we missed saying in the last chapter discussion, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that is the bravery of Barty Crouch Sr. in this moment. Okay,
Wow.
what he does. Think about it.
Wow.
He sacrificed his life in a way, because when he was finally, after months, he was able to break free from the Imperious Curse.
Mm-hmm.
And this must have cost him all his willpower and magical power. He did not go to the Ministry at first. So he didn't go to Fudge because he knew Fudge was going to do diddly squat about it, right?
Right.
But he risked going to Dumbledore. He risked running right into his son's arms, knew that this was the guy. I think he knew at this point that his son was I mean,
involved.
At Hogwarts, he was doing the Imperious Curse, right? And then it was Voldemort, I think, when he was at home. So he knew it was super dangerous to go back to Hogwarts. And he could have escaped to a different place where they wouldn't have been able to track him to save himself.
Right.
But he went to Hogwarts where all the action was taking place to stop the plan, to tell Dumbledore everything, and to save Harry and the wizarding world. Like, if you really think about it, it could have been the pivoting moment that would have destroyed all the plans that Voldemort had to come back. He could have even told them where they're at. So I get it why Voldemort is that upset with Wormtail.
Yeah.
But also, side note, like, Wormtail was just watching him, and apparently his Imperious Curse wasn't strong enough to keep him under.
Right.
But it was also kind of his fault a little bit, but he lets it out on Wormtail. So I just wanted to appreciate Barty Crouch Sr. for a moment, that he risked his life and gave his life. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. He could have gone to a different place. Like, he could have gone into hiding and tried to write an owl, but he knew how important it was to get that message to Dumbledore right now.
Kind of gives me chills. Let's think about this for a second.
Yeah.
I am so glad you brought this up. So Barty Crouch Sr. is under the Imperious Curse.
Yeah.
He's speaking gibberish, trying to keep up appearances. He's not going into work anymore. He is sending messages to Percy.
Right.
And he does eventually, because he is a powerful wizard. He is very powerful.
Don't forget that.
Let's not underestimate that.
I mean, this was probably Voldemort who was keeping him under the curse. So
Absolutely.
he was fighting
He's got the
Voldemort's
darkest wizard
curse
of all time right there trying to control him. So he's able to fight off his Imperious Curse. Big freaking deal, actually.
Yeah.
That's a big freaking deal. So he does that. He then, as Lottie just said, he chooses not to go to the Ministry of Magic because Cornelius Fudge is not going to believe him at all.
Yeah.
As we can see in this chapter, he's making excuses and trying to blame Madame Maxine for stuff and saying it's possibly her because of her half giant, nature.
He knows that Cornelius is a fool.
He knows. So he goes to seek out the most powerful wizard in the wizarding world.
The only one who can help him. Actually.
The only one. That it always gives me chills when you think about it's Dumbledore is legendary. He's freaking legendary.
And he needs Harry's help because he's fighting. Sorry. Yes, Dumbledore is legendary. And I'm just thinking about him, like, why couldn't he get there? Because he was still fighting it. He was still under the curse, but he was just... he had moments of clarity, right? So he was confused where he was. He needed Harry's or someone's help to get up to the headmaster or get him down there. So you kind of wish, like, Harry could have, like, just taken him by the arm and, like, dragged him up there. But instead, Harry leaves Crumb with him, and Moody comes, or Crudy comes, and takes care of it. But
insane. Also insane that, like, the reason that Crudy, fake Moody, Barty Crouch Jr. is able to even... stop this from happening is because he has the Marauders map.
Yes.
He has the Marauders map. Otherwise, he would have had no clue. He would have had no clue that Barty Crouch Sr., his father, is showing up on the Hogwarts grounds.
Right.
They would have got all the way up to Dumbledore's office, and he would have been sitting there like, wow. What would he have done?
Yeah.
What would he have done? Tried to duel, like, imagine a duel breaks out right there in freaking school.
That would be crazy. I mean,
And then he has to maybe possibly, like, kill his father and try to duel Dumbledore at the same time because he's thinking, hey, least I can do is maybe try to take out Dumbledore and weaken him for my, for the Dark Lord. Crazy.
Yeah.
He's that close. He's that close to getting there. And again, I'm not so sure. Did he know? I'd have to go back and look again. Did Barty Crouch Sr. know that his son was impersonating Alistair Moody? I don't know that he did know that much. He did just know that he was loose and that he was in cahoots with the Dark Lord, and that the Dark Lord had clearly showed up at his house and had clearly...
Yeah, in the movie they make it seem like he can see it because of his weird... The tongue thing, right? So they make it seem like Barty Crouch Sr. figures it out.
Can you do that again real quick? What was the... Yeah, okay.
You guys know what I mean.
Yeah.
They totally made that up in the movie, right? It's never mentioned that he has something like that.
No.
But I mean, you need some kind of visual to not talk about it, but make sure everyone knows who this is in the end. So yeah, so that definitely didn't happen in the books. Yeah,
crazy.
But yeah, just really appreciating that moment for what it is.
Shout out to Barty Crouch Sr.
Yeah,
tried to save the Wizarding World.
For him.
Yeah, pour one out.
He was trying to redeem himself there.
He really was.
Yeah.
It was.
All right, but in this chapter, they're discussing all the events from last night. They were up late, so they're dog tired. I mean, this is also part of why Harry can't stay awake in that warm and cozy attic up there for divination, right? But they're headed to the owlery at the butt crack of dawn, how you would say it. And thinking no one's going to be up there. So they try to inform Sirius, and then Fred and George are still blackmailing Ludo back, or still, I think they start blackmailing. They tried to get on him while he was at the tournament every time they saw him, and Ludo was trying to evade them, and so they try to now blackmail him. And then they want to go straight to Moody, but the trio, not Fred and George.
Yeah.
But Harry reckons it's better to wait until lunch break because Moody might be thinking they're attacking him if they showed up this early at his door, right?
Right.
My question is, if they would walk into his bedroom at night or this early in the morning, would they see Barty Crouch Jr. laying in bed there?
Holy smokes.
Because, I mean, or do you think he set himself an alarm every hour to take the potion? That would be kind of a waste of potion.
You got to get your sleep, man. You got to get your, doing this kind of work.
Especially being this tense all the time.
Yeah. I bet
Plus he's teaching. He's actually teaching, so he needs some sleep.
You got to get some sleep. If teachers know, you got to get some sleep. I would imagine, if you were able to peek in there and to see fake Moody asleep, you would actually see Barty Crouch Jr.
I think so too.
I think so. I don't think the Polyjuice Potion obviously wears off, and he has to kind of, The other thing that's interesting is, was he completely on his own? Like, was Barty Crouch Jr., was there any way for him to communicate with the Dark Lord? Like, I'm trying to think.
That's what we're going to talk about later.
Oh, we are? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're going to postpone that question.
Oh, my gosh.
Wait. We're going to postpone that question.
Okay, we're going to postpone that question. Sorry.
Just a few minutes, and we'll talk about some stuff.
Calm down, Bill.
Okay,
Calm down. Okay. All right. No, I like your question, though, about him being in bed and thus the Polyjuice Potion wearing off. And I would say even he probably has some alarm, like that would let him know when someone's getting close, some sort of proximity.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Spell.
I mean, Moody has all these instruments, right? So he's better making use of them to protect himself. He's probably got... The door is locked. I don't think anyone could get in there. But he has to make sure because, again, Dumbledore is a powerful wizard. If Dumbledore has any inkling that, to suspect Moody not being Moody, then he better make sure that he's got time to run away or something. I don't know. So, yeah, it's just an interesting thought that Harry was like, no, we better don't go because Moody's probably going crazy if we try to get in there this early. So instead they go to breakfast, go to classes. Oh no, at breakfast they get an answer from Sirius, which is pretty worried. And Sirius wants Harry to practice stunning spells. And this is another major spell that Harry later goes on teaching the DA, right? Dumbledore's army. Stunning spells are one of the, other than Expelliarmus and Patronus charms, stunning spells are one of the most important spells that you can learn in defense. And that led me thinking, okay, this is kind of off topic, but let me thinking about their first two defense teachers, which were Quirrell and Lockhart, right? And they were pretty bad. Like even with Quirrell, they said, it's a joke. The class is they were so excited for defense, and then they figured out it's a kind of joke. Yeah. So what did the kids do that were having their OWLs that year with either Lockhart or Quirrell? What was that like? I mean, they probably formed some kind of Dumbledore's army to get through the year, if you think about it. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Sorry, this is totally off topic.
No, that's a great question. Like you're like Lockhart's clearly teaching some of those 5th, 6th, and 7th year students.
Right.
How did they do on their exams?
How did they survive there? Yeah.
Thank God there's a textbook, I guess.
That's
Dolores
what I'm
Umbridge
thinking.
was right.
They probably had some secret meetings where they practiced. I would think they had study groups to actually prepare for the exam, because they would be like, this is a joke.
Right.
We have to learn something.
Crazy.
So yeah, I mean, the textbooks were pretty good apparently, but Lockhart couldn't teach him anything. So that's what I'm imagining. Right. Anyway, so yeah, they practice the sunning spell a lot during their breaks these days. And on Monday after lunch, they split up like they normally do. So Hermione goes to arithmancy and Harry and Ron go up to the divination tower. And I love how the classroom is described here. So I could picture it so well, being both a student and a teacher. When you turn the lights off, there is a certain percentage of kids head down on their desk. They're done. They're gone.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's just awesome. So it was way too hot and stuffy in there too, because she never turns off that fire. She probably uses some sort of psychedelic perfume, in her fire. So to thin in the veils between the worlds or something.
Yeah.
So you get comfy in your armchair or cushions or whatever there is to sit on. And then again, she turns off the lights.
Right.
And Harry, was up too late the night before. Trelawney gets out, by the way, a model of the solar system to show them and talk about Mars. Because Mars, she says, it is placed most interestingly at the present time.
Okay.
Does that ring a bell?
Sorcerer's Stone.
Yes. Right? It makes you think of Bane and what were their names? Yeah, the centaurs who were like, Mars is bright tonight. And Voldemort was right there in the forest with them. So something in Mars is connected to the dark powers rising again, or things are shifting in the skies.
Yeah, I don't know.
The skies are strange.
Yeah. Skies are strange.
Right? I mean,
yeah.
If you've seen Rings of Power.
I don't know. If you've seen Rings of Power. Shout out, Rid the Power.
Right.
Oh my God.
To our listeners from up over there.
Talking. Scars are strange. So sorry. Anyways, but yeah, no. So think about that. Like I don't know enough about astrology or what some of those, the
meanings with planets and stuff.
Yeah, the planets or the star constellations, like which ones are more related to maybe dark arts or something. Maybe there are some.
I think isn't Mars in like Greek mythology or Roman mythology? I don't know. I always get mixed up which one Mars is, Greek or Roman, but the god of war, right?
I love how Lottie's I knew she was gonna ask me a question that I have no idea. So yeah.
Oh no! It was just to bring it up. I wasn't like asking you like give me the answer, but I was just gonna think about it with you.
I want you to give me a lecture on the god of Mars. I'm kidding.
It's okay not to know everything, but
I am supposed to know everything.
Wait, is Mars? Greek?
I'm a wizard, okay?
I think Mars was Roman. Okay, 50-50 chance. Let's look it up. Come on, no internet. Mars is Roman, yes, because I had Latin for 6 years in school, so I should know this. But yeah, because they have the same gods, right? They have different names. So for Greek, the Greek god was Ares, Ares.
Okay.
And they were both the gods for war. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think the planets have different meanings. I just thought it was interesting that it is a theme here that Mars is acting weird whenever Voldemort is getting stronger or angry or whatever. It seems like there is a little connection. It's just a minor thing, but yeah.
Do you think Dumbledore actually pays attention to that stuff? Do you think he also is sort of like, yeah?
I don't know, because again, I think we talked about this in the last book when we first got into divination stuff, because there has to be an element that is teachable. It's not all dependent on your inner eye, because again, they say no, not everyone has it, or there's a spectrum, I don't know, but some parts of it need to be teachable and knowledge you can acquire, right?
Right.
So I'm sure that Dumbledore does Doesn't he have a clock that shows the planets?
Oh, yes, he does. Oh, my God.
What?
Oh, my God, he does. He has a watch or something, right?
His watch. Isn't it like the first chapter?
Oh, my God, he does. Yeah, and it probably shows him.
One of the first chapters in the first book, instead of like an actual like numbers, he has the planets on there. So I wonder if that has anything to do with, if that is a tool for divination for him. And it makes sense that he looks at it when in a crucial moment where Harry is underway with Hagrid to the Dursleys.
So it's a very odd watch. It had 12 hands but no numbers. Instead, little planets were moving around the edge.
Dang.
Dang.
I think that is a divination tool. For
sure. This says, let me give you the history on this watch real quick just while we're on it. At some point during the winter of At some point during the winter of 1932, Albus acquired this pocket watch. In 1932, Albus used this watch to track down Credence Barebone in Berlin, leading to their duel.
Shut up.
That's what it says. It was made of gold, had 12 hands, and rather than numbers, planets moved around the edge of its face.
Awesome.
Despite this, it apparently could still be used to tell time, as Dumbledore was able to deduce that Rubeus Hagrid was running late in his delivery of Harry Potter to 4 Privet Drive in 1981 by consulting this watch. So interesting. Here we go.
I love it.
In 1996, after the conclusion of the Battle of the Department of Mysteries, Dumbledore consulted this watch to see how much of his time he could afford to spend with Cornelius Fudge to discuss the events of said battle. Now, as you just mentioned, this is a watch that has the planets. And again, if you're in Sorcerer's Stone and Mars is bright tonight, right? And Bane says that, you're looking at your watch going, well, all right, it's the hour of Mars or it's the time of Mars. You might be on guard, right? You might be on serious guard.
I'm convinced that, wow. I mean, this might be something minor for you, but I'm just like, what? How did I never see that as a divination tool? Because
crazy.
It might be, how if someone came from the past and they didn't know what phones were and they looked at it and they're like, oh, this is a clock. Okay, this is your clock that you always have with you, because most people have the time on their screen lighting up, right? So you would think it's just a clock. You see time, but just like that, like we use phones for all kinds of things. I think it's the same case with his watch. It somehow shows you time, but also shows you many different things, I believe. Right. So
very interesting, and I think I might have to pull up a little theory and get after this one. There are theories on this, which is cool. And I'm gonna, I'll have to make a video on it.
Yeah.
This is really
awesome.
Cool. Okay.
All right, let's get to the heart of this chapter, which is the dream, or is it a dream? I don't know. But let me just read to you the beginning of this dream, how Harry drifts off into it, and what it says. Oh, that's an old copy of the book. So the heavily perfumed fumes washed over him, and the breeze from the window played across his face. He could hear an insect humming gently somewhere behind the curtains. Okay. Read us, Keita.
Yep.
Question mark. His eyelids began to droop. He was riding on the back of an eagle owl, soaring through the clear blue sky toward an old ivy-covered house set high on a hillside. Lower and lower they flew, the wind blowing pleasantly in Harry's face, until they reached a dark and broken window in the upper story of the house and entered. Now they were flying along a gloomy passageway to a room at the very end. Through the door they went into a dark room whose windows were boarded up. Harry had left the owl's back. He was watching now as it fluttered across the room into a chair with its back to him. There were 2 dark shapes on the floor beside the chair. Both of them were stirring. One was a huge snake. The other was a man. A short, balding man. A man with watery eyes and pointed nose. So we know this is Voldemort and Wormtail. But the beginning is crucial. Has a crucial detail that I want to discuss with you guys.
Okay.
So if you pay attention to that little detail, how Harry gets to this vision, he is writing on the back of an eagle owl. And I thought that was so strange, like that little detail. Why say that? Why doesn't he just, like last time, see it from some perspective of the room? But he actually travels there on the back of an owl, right? And it's not just an owl, it says an eagle owl. So there has been, I looked it up on the internet. Is there a series on this? What does it mean? And I found this website. It's called potterthoughts.blogspot.com. So it's some kind of blog I've never seen before, which is cool.
Cool.
And from 2012, it discusses the eagle owls and subtly in writing. Let's talk about eagle owls for a moment. I think we all know that the Malfoy family owns an eagle owl. We see it delivering packages of sweets to Draco in the series and from time to time thereafter. We also know that in that pivotal vision that Harry has in the Goblet of Fire, Voldemort, Wormtail, and Nagini, just before the third task, Harry arrives at the Riddle Manor riding upon the back of an eagle owl. But did you notice that J.K. Rowling mentions an eagle owl one other time earlier in that same novel? Having grown tired of Ron and Hermione's squabbling over the plate of house elves, Harry decides to go to the owlery by himself to send packages of food to Sirius. After seeing Pigwidgeon and a couple of school owls, he stands looking out over the school grounds, the Durmstrang ship, and the Forbidden Forest, and he's thinking. Harry sees Hagrid busily digging a patch of ground outside his home, and he also sees something else, an eagle owl that flies through the coil of smoke rising from Hagrid's house. It's a beautifully written, calming scene, like a landscape painting that draws your eye into the world it depicts. But it's also a clue, one I had not noticed in all of my previous readings of this novel. The eagle owl is bringing messages back and forth between Barty Crouch Jr. at Hogwarts and Voldemort at the Riddle Manor. It has to be. It could be the Malfoy eagle owl and being used as a part of the plot against Harry. We don't know if it's, the Malfoy's owl, but it could be because it's mentioned being Malfoy's owl. And they use it to, that's how they communicate, that eagle owl. And that's why Harry's subconscious mind recognizes it as a clue and inserts the eagle owl into his vision. And it's probably also really there because it delivers a message, right? And it's funny, it says instead of a message, the owl brings Harry to Voldemort this time. And yeah, when I finally noticed it, I couldn't help to be impressed, by the writing and stuff. So really, what do you think?
Okay, so yeah, let me just read a few things here to you as well. Okay. So where this becomes a debate is people. Just like with the earlier chapter, Frank Bryce. So the very beginning of this book with the vision there. The vision or the dream, because this chapter is called The Dream. And earlier, throughout this book, actually, well, at least definitely in the beginning to start, we have a dream/vision. And that vision is of Frank Bryce. Yeah. And it's not through the eyes of Voldemort. Right. And so we find out, now some people will say that it's a dream merging into a vision and they're kind of mixed and muddled.
I mean, again, the veil is thin, right? Between what's real and what is a dream in that situation.
Right. But in both of these first dreams, this is Voldemort without his body as well, too. So it's maybe more difficult for Harry to attach or to see through Voldemort's eyes, maybe. We're not sure. Because he doesn't necessarily have eyes, so to speak. Yeah. I don't know.
Somebody said he could be possessed by Voldemort.
For sure. For sure. Somebody said that the eagle owl could
But then he's also there, so how does that work? Yeah.
Right. So essentially what I'm getting to is that this is, the debate is Harry a seer or is Harry is he having a true vision or is it just the connection that he has with Voldemort? All of the visions that he's given center around Voldemort, but so do Trelawney's. Trelawney's visions all center around Voldemort. I don't think she's ever had a vision.
Well, we don't know. We don't know
that we know of. Yeah, right. She clearly makes some little prophecies here and there when she's talking.
Oh, and she knows that Harry saw something. She is mad that he leaves. He said, she knows. You could lose your connection to the inner eye if you leave now.
Yeah, exactly.
No, she's really upset.
She knows.
Yeah.
Trelawney knows her stuff.
Yeah.
I am tired of people.
We're pro Trelawney.
We're pro Trelawney. I don't know what.
I mean, I love her class for some reason.
too.
I mean,
Me too.
I know it's ridiculous, and I know she's also doing a lot, like acting a lot more probably than she should.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's kind of cool, and I think I would have had a lot of fun.
Me too.
But, yeah.
So to get back to it, I think she's obviously legit. There's visions that she's having with Voldemort.
Yeah.
Harry is having a connection to Voldemort,
Right.
and the debate is he having visions? Is he actually connected with his inner eye?
Yeah.
Or is it literally just the Horcrux connection?
Right, that is
him
a big question mark because again, he wasn't in Voldemort's head both the times. So
he was seeing things from a third point of view, if you will, third point perspective, sort of omniscient. He's seeing Frank Bryce.
His third eye, right?
His third eye. It's open.
Here.
Right there. His third
On
eye
his
is open.
forehead. Yeah.
And so he is seeing things leading up to the Voldemort situation. Now, as people say, is that just like in this situation, people, and actually the theory or the post that you just read, they're kind of indicating that like because he had seen this eagle owl flying around, he had seen this eagle owl flying around that he was like, our baby is up. Oh boy,
he's looking at us.
He's looking at
through
all
the
of
camera.
us. That's amazing. So let me just finish this thought, and then we'll go get him. Okay. Just real quickly. So like the eagle owl is. Some people wonder if it's just Harry's subconscious putting that in there, and that's really what why the eagle owl is a part of his vision. I'll tell you the rest when we come back. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Yeah, I got Lukey.
So the big question, as we were saying, is Harry Potter a seer? With the Frank Bryce vision, we see him third person, omniscient almost through Frank Bryce's eyes, sort of, and then it gets closer to Voldemort. So is that a vision? Is that the Horcrux connection? Then in this chapter, we have the dream, wherein which Harry is riding on the back of an eagle owl, and he gets to Barty Crouch Sr.'s home, where Voldemort is with Wormtail, right? And that's where we're having this conversation and understanding that Barty Crouch Sr. has been killed by Barty Crouch Jr. Yeah. So it's the way that J.K. Rowling is writing the vision right now. I say vision because it seems like he is a seer. He is in Trelawney's class.
Yeah,
she is legit, and so he is like the veil is thin there. His third eye is open, and he can have these visions. Yes, they're around Lord Voldemort. Yes, there's the Horcrux connection, which makes it even easier. Yeah. So yeah, I just think again he's a wizard. This is a real skill. We kind of laugh at it in the Harry Potter world, but it is what it is. Now, the big question, and when I was reading this, I didn't quite think about this, and I'm so glad that you made this very clear for us in our discussion. How did Voldemort communicate with Barty Crouch Jr. at Hogwarts? And it says this right here at the very end of the series. At the very end of the book, it says, "My master sent me word of my father's escape. He told me to stop him at all costs.
Yeah.
So I waited and I watched. I used the map I had taken from Harry Potter, the map that had almost ruined everything." So he actually waited for a week. He actually got that letter. So when Harry sees Hagrid digging
So Barty Crouch did escape somewhere else at first.
He escaped, and it took him a while to get to Hogwarts.
Oh.
He might have came on foot, for all we know.
Right, because Harry in this chapter says he didn't look like he was up to apparating, and Hermione's like, "Oh, you can't apparate on the Hogwarts grounds, but you could apparate probably."
Right, so he didn't escape like yesterday or like a couple hours ago and just come right there. He clearly.
I kind of assumed that because
I did too.
I thought
but
he just escaped. Yeah,
I did too. But in a couple previous chapters, it says that Harry saw that eagle owl flying when he's sitting outside of the owlery, and he sends the package with let's see. Who was it? Pigwidgeon. So right here. So the night that Crouch arrives at Hogwarts, Harry also sees an eagle owl flying around the grounds. Pigwidgeon was too small to carry an entire ham up to the mountain by himself, so Harry enlists the help of 2 school screech owls as well. Yeah. When they had set off into the dusk, Harry looked extremely. When they had set off into the dusk, looking extremely odd, carrying the large packet between them, Harry leaned on the windowsill, looking out at the grounds, at the dark, the rustling treetops of the Forbidden Forest, and the rippling sails of the Durmstrang ship. An eagle owl flew through the coil of smoke rising from Hagrid's chimney. It soared towards the castle, around the owlry, and out of sight. So you have this coiling smoke, which reminds you of a coiling snake, right? And this is that sort of imagery or symbolism around the idea that this owl is sending messages from Voldemort to Barty Crouch Jr., fake Moody. So I think that's really cool. It's just interesting that they're communicating. Now, what I'm really thinking is that eagle owl clearly not one of the school owls? Because you know for a fact a school owl would have went straight to Dumbledore and said, I was just sent from Mad-Eye Moody to the Dark Lord. And he would have been like, I'm going to keep my cool here. I see somebody being tortured.
Oh my goodness.
But that owl would have went straight to Dumbledore and said,
you think so?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I know that owl would have actually just went up to Dumbledore very smartly, like Hedwig, and put his or her foot out and said, take this message. And Dumbledore would have been like, what is this?
Right.
Secret communication to his servant.
Right.
Who's this agent working at Hogwarts, Crudy Fake Moody. So,
but I'm sure the teachers, there's nothing weird about it. The teachers are allowed to have their own owls.
They are. But I'm saying the owl itself has a conscience, right? It has this.
Yeah.
Right. So just like you see with Hedwig, there's something different about these magical owls.
Yeah.
So if it shows up and there's a Dark Lord, and it's a Hogwarts owl, loyalty to Hogwarts, because there are school owls. Yes, Harry has his own, right? And so like had she have lived, Harry would have used her for however long. Like that would have been his pet, his companion, etc. And she would have delivered messages for him as an Auror or something, right?
Yeah.
So I also wonder, like, again, like when Dumbledore needs to send an owl, does he use a regular school owl?
Oh, I'm sure he has.
Does he use Fox?
Special. He might use.
Right.
Fox,
I mean, we don't know. So, but what's very clear is, as you said in previous chapters and even later in the book series, the eagle owl is connected for some reason with the dark arts.
Right.
Kind of.
Right.
Because you have the Lucius Malfoy uses it. Draco receives them.
Yeah.
That way, and it makes sense that they want this like eagle owl, this really the supreme.
Maybe it is. Yeah, maybe it's one of those like old wizarding family, supreme owls.
Yeah, exactly. It's the supremacy. The supremacy idea around it, right? Yeah. So it's an eagle owl, and I think it's really cool. I've never thought about it. I've never really given it much thought, and
because you just think it's a dream. And some owl. Okay, you don't kind of read over the fact that it's an eagle owl, whatever. But yeah,
I just think it's wild that like these owls, like in the idea that Voldemort could communicate with anyone at Hogwarts. He could send a letter to Harry Potter if he wanted to, like a message.
Yeah.
And then once you get that owl hopefully has instructions to just lickety-split, get out of there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're going to, try to use that owl to figure out a trace back to Voldemort. Where is he located at, right? Do you remember when Newt Scamander, there we go. Do you remember when Newt Scamander was like using all of that magic to trace down where Nagini and Credence went in France or whatever? Same thing. You could bring in Newt.
Magic,
and track that owl back to its location. So, all right, there we go.
I have the small podcast host here.
Lukey is definitely trying to record for you guys. He wants to talk to you. Say something, Luke. So essentially, there we go. That's the conversation in a nutshell around this vision, dream, eagle owl stuff, which is really cool. The very end of this chapter is essentially Harry going to Dumbledore's office and getting in there and trying to speak with him. We're gonna have the next chapter is great. You get the pensieve and we'll get into all that stuff. You do get this indication that Cornelius Fudge is prejudiced against Hagrid and Madame Maxine and whatnot. So that's about it. They're going to go check the grounds and investigate a little bit more, and Harry's going to wait there until they come back. So that is the chapter discussion for the week. We've almost got this down to where Luke's nap is almost the whole time, but it's been he knows we're out here podcasting and he wants to get out here with us. You did have one question on Instagram you wanted me to kind of talk about. And I'll let you kind of what was that about?
Oh yeah, we talked about, we asked the question on Instagram, who is the better potions teacher? Snape or Slughorn?
Yes. Yep.
I got to tell you, there was a lot of votes, and the end result was 50-50.
50-50, yeah. So, I mean, I think actually, I know that, so we're talking about the teacher and Horace Slughorn, again, we don't actually, he's coming out of retirement. In his prime as a teacher, I guarantee you that, like, although the book said this, he said do this. Where do you think Snape got all of those notes? Where do you think he took all those notes about how to not cut it, but crush it? Did he do it all on his own?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it was Snape. I think he is a potions genius.
Who was his potions teacher?
Good question. I don't know.
Is it not possible that Slughorn could have been lecturing and saying, okay, I know the book says this. Go ahead.
My question is, though, why would he not say this to Harry's group?
He's in retirement. He's just coming to cut a check. His mind is on different things. Voldemort's trying to track him down.
I think you're making excuses.
I love Slughorn, and I want to think that he did teach some of this. Okay, yeah. So I also think that, like, it is interesting to get that backstory. Did Snape was he studying potions on his own, and he figured this out? Because clearly, when Slughorn makes a potion, it's just as good as Snape's. He clearly crushed it versus cut it, or he had other methods to kind of get the same result, or used magic to, instead of crushing and cutting, maybe you use your wand to extract the juice that you need, right?
Right.
So anyway, I just think that I personally think that Slughorn is the better teacher.
Okay, I'm going to chime in here.
Okay, go ahead.
I think if we talk about raw potential, I think Snape had the potential to be an amazing teacher.
Yes,
because I'm going to make a case for teachers that are maybe not the entertainer, maybe not your best friend, right?
Right.
But they are excellent teachers.
Right.
Because he knows his stuff. And he didn't teach from the textbook, but he taught from what he knows and his own, like, from the field almost. Like, he knows how to brew potions. But I say he had the potential to be an excellent teacher. He wasn't, because there is still social skills that you need as a teacher. You can't torture your students. You can't take their pets and try to kill them with a potion. You can't. He's cruel to some kids. Okay,
sure.
I'm not going to deny that, and I think it's awful. And he has tons of trauma, that he lets out on his students, obviously. But also, he is in a very difficult position because he's the double agent. He's the connection between Dumbledore and Voldemort. Right. And that is a crazy task. So if that was not the case, and if in a perfect world where he was just a teacher, he got over his grief and stuff with Lily and everything's fine, maybe he could have been a better person. I think he would have been a fantastic teacher who is not always your best friend, not always super fun. They are more stern, like McGonagall. Everyone loves McGonagall because she's very stern, but you learn something there. Because the expectations are high. And that's a good thing because it challenges the students. And I think he always writes the instructions on the board. That's a minor detail, right? So he never says open the textbook on page so-and-so, except for, of course, in the movie when he teaches defense against dark arts. For Lupin. But anyway, in potions, he never does that because he uses his own instructions. And he teaches kids how to follow instructions. He challenges them again. And, like, I don't know. I think he would have been a great teacher. But to cut this, to come to an end here, in terms of how it is now, how we know him as a teacher and how we know Slughorn as a teacher, I agree. Slughorn is the better teacher because he has the better social skills, even though he also has some stuff too that's questionable. Okay,
but, I agree with you.
Long answer, short.
I agree with you that Slughorn, that they both are. That Snape has potential, and he definitely could have been a great teacher. Matter of fact, we only get the perspective of Harry Potter and his friends in potions class. Right. It might be that other kids were not as terrified of him, and that
think about the students that were older and that actually were interested in potions, and they took the the advanced potions class.
Yeah.
With
I think
Snape.
again, Snape in the Slytherins. If you have some advanced potion kiddos in there that were really good, yeah, I think he probably did a great job. I think he's just blinded by the hate of James Potter, and so we see in those chapters just all of his rage and all of his.
Yeah, how was he with the Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff groups?
Right. Yeah, he still was probably like stern and had some cruelness and had made some darker jokes and motivated kids by wanting to poison their toad. I guarantee he did that to other kids too.
Right.
Like, hey, you better make this right or it's gonna. I can see a teacher making that joke.
Yeah.
So anyway, I like this conversation because I think both of them are great and both are so different. They're both also Slytherins and both potions masters.
That is cool that they're both Slytherins. So I'm glad we got this other side of a Slytherin in Slughorn. Yeah.
Agreed. All right. Well, hey, yeah, that was fun. I think that was a really, really good chapter, and there's a lot of good nuggets in there, and so appreciate that. Shout out, by the way, appreciate you guys. We will have over Christmas. I think we're going to try to do some more of our extendable ear editions. I'll have some time off, maybe even during Thanksgiving if I can get ambitious here, because I have honestly been doing nothing but focusing on Shell Cottage Radio recently. Like crazy as that is, I did this whole revamp for Uptalk and Tolkien, and like I have been. Wait, what'd you say?
I said, I know, it's awesome.
Oh, I thought you said, okay. Thanks. Okay. So we have, I should say, like we both have, and we've been trying to get back into the book series more, and we're really excited for the show. We're really excited for all things Potter. So we're going to have some extendable ear editions coming over on Patreon. If you're interested in that, check it out. Shout out to Jeff Jarvis. Appreciate you for signing up over on Patreon.
Thank you.
And we're going to have some more fun theory things up there. And I was thinking about two places that I could actually put some of my behind-the-scenes stuff that I'm doing for even the YouTube channel that's just Potter-related that you guys might want to see over there. It'd be kind of fun.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, we are excited for all those things, and we can't wait to kind of just continue on with all the Potter goodness. So, time to wrap it up. Lukey clearly has decided when this show ends. He's done. He wants to play. He wants to go play. So, so with that, all right, friends. Hey, thanks for tuning in to Shell Cottage Radio 94.7 COZY. We hope that you're going to join us in the future. Thoroughly enjoy meeting new positive Potter people that don't be like battling baboons.
Baboons.
If you don't want to miss out on the next episode, then be sure to subscribe to our podcast, leave us a review, follow on social media at fleurandbill, and head over to Spotify. Leave us a review there. It really would help the podcast. Check out the video version. Check out the new logo, by the way, the new brand, if you will. Lottie and I in our robes, having fun, making cool logos. All right, cool.
If you truly enjoy our content, consider supporting our growing wizarding family on Patreon or Apple Premium. You will find all the links down below. Thank you so much to all our current patrons. We appreciate you, to Luna and back. On our next reread episode, we will discuss Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Chapter 30, The Pensieve. So make sure you tune back in next time, and until then, have a great rest of your week. Thanks for joining us in our Shell Cottage today. We know it's not much, but it's home.
Luke wants to. Hey guys, he is just beep 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 beep. Little podcaster.
Yeah.
Say hi, Lukey.
Say hi.
Say hi. Oh, he wants to play with the keyboard.
Delete all.